Look at a world map. Now imagine bright golden lines stretching out from the African continent, connecting to Ghana, connecting to South Africa, connecting to Mali, reaching Switzerland, reaching India, reaching the United Arab Emirates, and reaching China. This isn't just a pretty picture, it's a data-driven visualization of Africa's massive role in the global gold trade. This flow represents billions of dollars in economic activity. It's a lifeline for millions of people, and a powerful force shaping local communities and international markets. Picture a miner digging in the red earth of the Sahel, and a jeweler crafting a ring in a bustling city thousands of miles away. It's a story of opportunity, it's a story of wealth, and profound challenges. This golden connection is more than a line on a map. It's a river of value that has flowed for centuries. Its current has grown stronger in recent decades. As of today, October 24, 2025, global demand for gold is as high as ever, fueled by investment jitters and the ever-expanding electronics industry. Africa has stepped up to meet this demand, becoming a dominant force in global production. The continent is not a single, monolithic miner. It is a diverse collection of nations, each with its own unique history, its own geology, and its own relationship with this precious resource. Understanding this diversity is the first step to grasping the full picture. The sheer scale of this operation is staggering. We're talking about hundreds of metric tons of gold being extracted from African soil every single year. This output has a direct and immediate impact on the global price of gold. A disruption in a major Ghanaian mine, or a new policy announced in Sudan, can send ripples through the financial markets in London and New York. This makes Africa not just a supplier, but a key player watched closely by investors and governments worldwide. The continent's mineral wealth gives it a significant seat at the global economic table. For many national economies, gold exports are the primary source of foreign currency. That foreign currency buys medicine, it buys fuel, and it buys machinery. This revenue is critical for funding public services, building new schools and paving roads, staffing hospitals and paying civil servants. On a more personal level, the gold industry provides employment for millions. Highly skilled engineers working in massive, multinational-owned industrial mines, and artisanal and small-scale miners working with their hands and basic tools, supporting their families and local communities 1 gram at a time. This dual role, as a national economic engine and a local source of livelihood, is what makes gold so vital. When we talk about African gold, a few key countries stand out as the heavyweights of the industry, each contributing significantly to the continent's total output. Let's start with Ghana. Known historically as the Gold Coast, the nation has reclaimed its title as Africa's top gold producer in recent years. In 2023, Ghana's mines yielded an impressive volume of gold, contributing over $7 billion to its export earnings. This production comes from two very different worlds. The large-scale mechanized mines run by global corporations. The vast network of small-scale miners plays a huge, though often informal, role in the economy. This dual structure presents an opportunity for widespread wealth and a challenge for regulation and safety. Then there is South Africa. The discovery of gold in the Witwatersrand Basin in 1886 sparked a gold rush that transformed the nation. For over a century, South Africa was the undisputed king of gold production. Its output has declined from its peak due to geological challenges and the high costs of operating some of the world's deepest mines, but it remains a formidable player. In 2023, the country produced around 110 metric tons of gold. The industry continues to be a major employer and a source of technological innovation in deep-level mining, even as it grapples with a legacy of social issues and environmental issues. Further north, in the Sahel region, Mali has emerged as a powerhouse in West Africa's gold scene. The country has seen a dramatic increase in its gold production over the past 2 decades. In 2023, Mali's output was approximately 72 metric tons, with the vast majority coming from industrial mines. Gold is the backbone of Mali's formal economy, accounting for a huge portion of its export revenues and providing critical funds for the national budget. The industry's growth has brought significant investment into the country, but it also operates in a region facing complex security and political challenges, which adds a layer of risk to its continued success. We also have to talk about Sudan, which has rapidly become a significant gold producer. Following the discovery of new deposits and a push to formalize the sector, Sudan's gold exports have surged. In 2023, the country officially exported around 45 metric tons of gold, though the actual amount, including informal trade, is believed to be much higher. For a nation facing economic difficulties and political transition, gold offers a desperately needed source of income. However, the rapid expansion of mining, particularly in the artisanal sector, has raised serious concerns about environmental management, worker safety, and ensuring that the revenue benefits the entire country rather than being lost to smuggling or conflict. So, where does all this African gold go once it leaves the continent? Its destinations are as varied as its uses. A significant portion is destined for the jewelry industry, particularly in massive markets like India, China. It is crafted into intricate jewelry by skilled artisans. Necklaces, bracelets, rings. But gold is not just for adornment. It is also a cornerstone of the global financial system. Investors and central banks buy bars and coins as a safe haven. That investment demand creates a solid floor for the gold price. Beyond beauty and finance, gold is a workhorse of modern technology. You are holding it right now if you have a smartphone. Macro shot of gold wiring on circuit boards and phone internals. It's used in the circuitry of laptops, gaming consoles, aircraft systems, satellites. Tiny amounts ensure these devices work reliably for years. Gold's biocompatibility makes it valuable in medicine, dentistry, fillings and crowns, advanced diagnostic tools, some cancer treatments. Please subscribe to our channel. The global price of gold, which dictates how much African nations earn, is a complex beast. It's set by supply and demand on major markets in London, New York. Shanghai factors influencing price include interest rates from central banks, the strength of the US dollar, geopolitical tensions, investor sentiment. When global anxieties rise, gold prices often rise too. That volatility means a price shock can create a budget surplus or a painful deficit for producing countries. Dependence on a fluctuating price is a core risk for producer nations. A sudden drop can stall development projects and strain public finances. Conversely, a boom can bring a windfall. The challenge for governments is managing volatility wisely. That means creating stabilization funds, diversifying the economy, investing windfall profits in lasting public projects. While the gold boom brings money and jobs, it often comes with a dark side. One of the most significant problems is the prevalence of illegal mining. Informal mining, often called galamsey in Ghana. This type of mining typically operates outside of government regulation, meaning states lose out on massive amounts of tax revenue. More troublingly, these operations are frequently dangerous for the workers involved. Miners, including at times children, may work in unstable pits that can collapse without warning. They also often use toxic substances like mercury to separate gold from ore, poisoning themselves, their communities, and the local water supply with this potent neurotoxin. The environmental devastation caused by unregulated mining is another critical issue. To get to the gold, miners often clear-cut forests, leading to deforestation and the loss of vital ecosystems. The mining process itself, especially hydraulic mining, can tear up riverbeds and agricultural land, leaving behind a scarred and barren landscape. This not only destroys natural habitats for wildlife, but also ruins the land for farming and fishing, which are the traditional livelihoods for many rural communities. The pollution from mercury and other chemicals can contaminate rivers for decades, making the water unsafe to drink and killing off the fish that people depend on for food. Even in the formal, regulated mining sector, challenges persist. While large multinational corporations often have stricter safety and environmental standards, conflicts can arise with local communities. Disputes over land use, the distribution of economic benefits, and the environmental impact of large-scale operations are common. There is often a perception that the vast wealth being extracted from the ground is not being shared fairly with the people who live on that land and have to deal with the consequences of the mining activity. Ensuring that local communities see tangible benefits, such as jobs, infrastructure, and development projects, is essential for maintaining a social license to operate. Finally, the volatility of the gold price remains a constant threat to economic stability. A country that bases its national budget on projections of high gold prices can find itself in a serious crisis if the market suddenly turns. This boom and bust cycle makes it difficult to build a sustainable and diversified economy. It can create a dependency that discourages investment in other sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, or technology. The challenge for African nations is to break this cycle. The problems facing Africa's gold sector are serious, but they are not unsolvable. A growing movement of people is working to forge a better, more sustainable path forward. Governments, companies, civil society organizations. One of the most promising solutions is formalizing and regulating artisanal and small-scale mining. Instead of outlawing it, governments can bring miners into the formal economy. Legal mining licenses training on safer, mercury-free mining techniques direct fair trade channels to sell their gold. This approach can dramatically improve safety, reduce environmental harm, and ensure the state collects its fair share of taxes. On the consumer side, awareness is growing, leading to the rise of certification schemes. Fair Mine Fair Trade certifications guarantee no child labor, strict environmental protections, fair price, plus a premium to invest in communities. By choosing certified gold, consumers use purchasing power to support better practices. This market-based solution creates incentives for miners and traders to improve standards. Benefits of industrial-scale mining must be shared more equitably with local communities. This goes beyond providing jobs. Companies and governments must create community development agreements to channel revenue into local projects. New schools, health clinics, paved roads, clean water, and electricity skills training programs for young people. When communities see tangible improvements, it builds trust and stability. Ultimately, the future depends on responsible governance and shared prosperity. This resource can fund development and lift millions out of poverty, but only if managed with care, transparency, and a long-term vision. The path forward requires strong regulations, corporate accountability, and engaged public. Policymakers in Africa, consumers around the world. Gold can be a blessing, not a curse, but only if we choose to make it so, you know. If you found this useful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more data-driven stories on Africa and the global economy.